going to see the Messiah in a way that I hope makes you see him in a grander, more glorious way than ever before. Well, Jesus said to his disciples that everything must come to pass, which was written of him in the prophets and the Psalms. Now, the Apostle Paul declared before Felix, the governor, that he believed everything that agrees with the law, that's the Torah, and that is written in the prophets. Okay, so here we go again, looking at the authority structure that they would look to. And Peter said that all the prophets from Samuel on, as many as have spoken, have foretold these days. Now remember that we're talking 2,000 years ago, and yet they're looking at their time period that they lived in as being this major change period of time that would change the future. Did it? Absolutely. Well, what each one of them was basically saying is, if you want to know about Messiah, look at the Torah, look at the Psalms, and look at the prophets. Well, the entire Tanakh is about one thing: God's plan of redemption of mankind through the Messiah. So although it goes against what most of us have been taught as Christians, the study of the Tanakh, the Old Testament, and the Brit Hadashah, the New Testament, should never be carried out in isolation one from the other. I just can't emphasize that enough. That when we study one, we need to study the other as well, because the scriptures are going back and forth, bridging, looking at what's coming and looking at what is already prophesied. Just too important.
It gives you such a different understanding about God, a different understanding surely about the Messiah, but it really clarifies what the writers of the New Testament were trying to do. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it's a game changer when you realize the importance of the Tanakh. Every single word that's in there. There's a reason that Yeshua said, not one jot, not one tittle is going to pass away.
Well, I know we've said this before, but I would even be as bold to say you can't rightly understand the New Testament text, message, inferences, unless you understand it with being placed in front of the backdrop of the writings of the Tanakh, the Old Testament.
It doesn't make sense, really.
No, it doesn't.
Well, tonight we're going to look at what some of the prophets had to say about Messiah. And we need to remember one thing. The rule was, if a prophet got it wrong, he was stoned. So these guys knew how to tune into the voice of God, and they weren't about to say something that they weren't sure of. And this is why we can believe what they foretold. Look at what Peter had to say. 1 Peter 1, verses 10 through 12. Concerning this salvation, the prophets who spoke of the grace that was to come to you searched intently and with the greatest care, trying to find out the time and circumstances to which the Spirit of Christ in them was pointing when he predicted the sufferings of Christ and the glories that would follow. It was revealed to them that they were not serving themselves, but you, when they spoke of the things that have now been told you by those who have preached the gospel to you by the Holy Spirit sent from heaven. Even angels long to look into these things. That's pretty cool.
I really like that because when you think about the angels, I mean, they're the closest beings we know of in proximity to the presence of God.
If you enjoyed this clip, please feel free to check out the full version in the link located in the description panel below. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel. You can also connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. As always, help yourself to the diverse array of teachings located on this YouTube channel or on our website at glc.us.com.